Harvey York's Rise to Power. Chapter 12. Wendy was blushing as Harvey was staring straight at her. She was embarrassed. She was still very arrogant in front of Harvey last night, and even despised him sitting next to her. However, she was the one standing here today, waiting for his order. Harvey stared at her for a while. Although this old classmate of his seemed a bit cold, her nature was not that bad. He said calmly as soon as he thought of this, "I will not fire you for this matter. As for your promotion, show me how capable you are, then we'll talk about it." He ignored her after saying this. He had just taken over the company and still had not figured out how the company operated. How could he waste time talking nonsense with Wendy? Although Wendy was beautiful, Harvey had seen more beautiful women, at least his wife. Mandy was even prettier than her. The president of York Enterprise had changed. All current investments were terminated. However, they had added $5 billion to invest in high-quality projects. The news was like thunder on the ground, spreading throughout 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐜𝐸 within a short time. Everyone knew that this was a major reshuffle of the major family forces in 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐜𝐸. If any family could get York Enterprise to invest in their projects, it would grow rapidly and eventually become one of the top families in 𝐃𝐢𝐬𝐜𝐸. The Zimmer family certainly would not remain indifferent. Senior Zimmer immediately held a family dinner and asked all family members to be present. Mandy quickly called Harvey. She then asked him to go home and prepare to attend the dinner together. Harvey hurried home. Meanwhile, Mandy was already sitting in her red Porsche, looking at the phone impatiently. "Honey, I'm late." Harvey trotted all the way and came to Mandy. Mandy wore a halter dress tonight, with a unique rose brooch on the chest. The heart of Prague? Harvey's eyes slightly lit up. He knew where this thing came from. He never thought that she would like the thing he gave her so much that she could not wait to use it now. However, Mandy was staring at Harvey unhappily. She said coldly, "If you continue to look at me like this, I'll dig your eyes out." Okay. Harvey was startled. He never expected that Mandy would discover him. Thus, he hurriedly diverted his gaze to another direction. "Also, tonight is the family dinner. Just behave yourself. Don't embarrass me." "All right, I know." Harvey got into the car. He then heard a yell from behind before he could put on his seatbelt. "Harvey, are you wearing torn clothes for the family dinner? Why do you reek of hot pot smell? Don't tell me that you got these clothes from the garbage dump?" His mother-in-law, Lillian's face became colder and colder. The more she looked at this live-in son-in-law, the more she disliked him. Lillian wore a short evening gown, showing off her slender legs. She was mature and sexy, elegant and decent, generous and attractive. Harvey's styling was so horrible compared to her. Nonetheless, Harvey did not want to argue with her. He just smiled and kept quiet. Lillian was trembling with anger and said, "Are you stupid or deaf? You're like a piece of trash. How did my daughter marry you in the first place? It's a misfortune to the Zimmer family. Mother, don't be angry. You will ruin your makeup." Mandy, who was driving, sighed and said, she had nothing to comment about Harvey's appearance. "Can I not be angry? I envy looking at other people's son-in-law. Why is my son-in-law like this?" Lillian pointed at Harvey. "I'm telling you, don't think that it's okay if you don't speak. You will go get your divorce certificate with her early tomorrow morning. This is your compensation, understand?" Lillian grabbed a handful of $100 bills from her handbag and threw them at Harvey's face. Harvey sat there, motionless as if he did not realize it. Although Mandy felt sorry for him, she was still angry when she saw Harvey's indifferent behavior. If only he could be a little smarter, she would not be this embarrassed. Mandy suppressed her urge to drive Harvey out of the car. At the gate of Zimmer Villa, dozens of cars have been parked there. All of them were famous luxury cars. The hall was already full of people when they arrived. Mandy's younger sister, Cynthia, had also arrived. However, she was wearing a school uniform today. It should have been too late for her to change after school. Nevertheless, the school uniform brought out her unique, youthful atmosphere. The sisters of the Zimmer family were the best-looking ones. Cynthia would also be incredibly pretty after she had grown up. They sat down, and other family members came to say hello. On this occasion, Harvey was like an invisible man. No one bothered to look at him. He did not care. His status in the Zimmer family was just like that anyway. He was here tonight to join the fun. Thus, it was better to eat more than anything. However, someone still wanted to give him a hard time. Cynthia sat next to him and said coldly, "Loser, do you know, starting from tomorrow, you'll have to get out of the Zimmer family?"